I literally just got back from the Game Awards in LA. I was on the pre and post show over at IGN, and I just want to talk about how great this show was for Xbox and Xbox fans. We got a Hellblade 2 trailer that knocked it out of the frickin' park. We got a Blade trailer from Arcane Leon, and there were a lot of awards that were taken home by Xbox. So this is going to be a little bit of a mixed video. I think I'll start by reacting to some of the amazing content that was revealed for the Xbox platform and then talking about some of the awards at the show. So let's get into it all right now. First things first, I suppose, if you don't know, Baldur's Gate 3 is available on Xbox right now. It was sort of a strange announcement near the end of the Game Awards, and it was presented through this trailer, which just is sort of talking about the accolades that Baldur's Gate received. And then they show a collector's edition at the end. But yes, it is available right now. So if you've been waiting to play Baldur's Gate 3 on your Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S, they just stealth dropped it during the middle of the announcements. And that's awesome because more people getting to play this game is great. Not only that, but Baldur's Gate 3 actually took home Game of the Year at the Game Awards. It is incredibly well deserved. We just saw the accolades screen, so obviously a lot of people recognize just how great this game is, but it was really, really wonderful to see the acceptance speech, you know, recognizing the people that contributed to this hugely successful game. And I want to talk about a little bit of an unfortunate event that took place during the Game Awards. And I'm going to show one of the trailers here. It's the acceptance speech from the voice actor. His name is I'm blanking on it, Neil Newbon, and he was the voice actor for Astarion in Baldur's Gate 3, and his acceptance speech was really special. I'm gonna pop on the headphones really quick. Like I said, I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place because there's a lot to go over, but I felt like this was a really special and important moment that sort of got rushed. So let's revisit it really quick one more time, and let me just make sure desktop audio is turned on for you.
The nominee's unbelievable talent. To be even considered amongst you is extraordinary, so thank you very much indeed. To Swen, to Larian, to all the writers, to Stephen Rooney, the writer of Astarion, I'm going to forget everybody, to Pitstop, who worked so hard, the directors, my fellow actors, 248 incredible actors that gave it heart and soul. To mi familia, gracias para todos, gracias, gracias.
All this is important and just humble.
To
it's
my
great.
agents, I will thank you later. I'm sorry, I'm going to wrap it up apparently. One thing I will say, please, if that's okay, the community has reached out to so many of us at Larian and said they were seen and they were represented by this game when they lost hope, they felt isolated, they felt alone, and this game brought them together and gave them something to push through to help them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us. Appreciate it. You're not alone in this. None of us are.
To see him played off like that, it's just so unfortunate. I love Christopher Judge, but he was given so much time, and this is such a heartfelt moment. It's a moment that I'm going to remember from the Game Awards for years, not only because I think that speech was really special and what he was saying was really important, because he was saying, hey, we made this game, and he thanked the community for how impactful it was for gamers everywhere in terms of representation, in terms of what it represented to the gaming community, in terms of hope. And to see him played off like that, it's really unfortunate that so much lead up was given to this nomination, and then this part sort of gets rushed. I know Keeley has a lot of things to consider, but I felt like this was a special moment, and I was a little disappointed to see it sort of rushed along, and I wanted to play it again for y'all and just get your opinion on it, I guess. What did you think about it? Did you agree with the sentiment that it was impactful? I sure do. The next one I want to talk about is Hellblade 2. This was a great show in terms of Xbox games. And we're going to talk about Hellblade 2. Before we do, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live if you like these sort of videos. I'm recording it super late. I'm tired, but I wanted to record this for y'all because it's a big day, and I think it's an important video to make. Hellblade 2. So this is actually the Xbox trailer, but when you watch this, go watch it on Xbox. I'll link to it in the description below. But Hellblade 2 looks so insanely good. I cannot believe people are not reacting a little bit more hype for this trailer. Sure, Blade is obviously the one that steals limelight, but this is near photorealistic characters. The environments are gorgeous. We got to see combat for the first time. We got to see the evolution of where Hellblade was when it launched several years ago. And look at the detail in these characters' faces. It's insane. I can't believe this is a video game. There are moments where it feels like that is just Jurgens, the actress who plays the character, on the screen and not a digital representation of that person. And I'm absolutely blown away. There's actually a scene with her and another character that we get to see in a little bit. And I'm just going to play this through again, because again, I feel like people are sleeping on Hellblade 2. This is another moment that I was just absolutely stunned by. I couldn't believe how good the combat looks, how good every aspect of Hellblade 2 is looking right now. Ninja Theory is just, they're masters at what they have been working on since Heavenly Sword, I think, was one of their first notable entries. And then the one after that was Enslaved Odyssey to the West. And now here we are with Hellblade 2, and it's amazing. There's no other way to put it. Look at this. I couldn't believe that people weren't having a stronger reaction to what we are being shown by some of these games and what these game engines are capable of doing now, because we're getting to see the power and the flexibility these engines have and the kinds of games that we're going to be able to play in the future. Maybe Hellblade isn't for you, but this should get you hyped about where game development is and where it's going. Oh, and I cut one of the best shots. This is the one where the water physics looks so good. Her facial animations look so good. Again, we get a 2024 release window. We need to know when it's coming Xbox. I am so incredibly hyped for Hellblade 2. It's amazing looking. So we've covered off on Baldur's Gate 3. We covered off on Hellblade 2. Let's talk about Blade here for a second. So there is a little bit of a controversy around Blade. So here's the Bethesda.net press release. There are no platforms listed for this game. It's not on the Xbox YouTube, or at least it wasn't when I recorded this video. And there's a little bit of ambiguity about what platform it's coming to. If this is an Xbox ecosystem exclusive, Xbox should be shouting it from the rooftops. So something weird is going on where I don't know if they don't have the agreements in place, or if they're trying to work out something with PlayStation, or what the heck is going on here. But why isn't this confirmed as an Xbox exclusive? It's a valid criticism. I don't really understand why it's not showing. Like, I'm on the official Xbox Twitter account right now, and it's just a retweet of the Bethesda post. It doesn't confirm that it's Xbox exclusive, but the OD post at least has Xbox branding around it, and it talks about how it's coming to Xbox. They don't even confirm that Blade's coming to Xbox. It's strange. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just an odd way to reveal this massive Marvel IP coming to the Xbox brand. But let's get more into why it's exciting and why it's so hype, right? Bethesda Softworks and Marvel Comics have announced that Arcane Leon, creators of the critically acclaimed and award-winning Deathloop and Dishonored series, are creating a new, mature, single-player third-person game based on the comic book hero Blade. Now, there's only a few paragraphs of description below that as to what we can expect. So here's what it says. In honor of Blade's 50th anniversary, we have found the perfect match for the Daywalker and Arcane Leon, a studio of uncompromising artists who continually push the boundaries of game design and innovation, said Bill Roseman, VP and creative director of Marvel Games. In addition to their award-winning talent, it's their personal passion and bold vision for our half-human, half-vampire iconoclast that makes this collaboration a perfect fit. Let's actually watch the trailer so you can have a little bit more context about what they're discussing if you're unfamiliar with Blade. But long story short, Arcane is a really good fit for this because they worked on the Dishonored series, and Blade as a character leans into the type of personality, or the type of character, I should say, that can tackle situations from various different angles. Deathloop, if you look at high-level players of Deathloop, they have perfected the combat arenas that are presented to them, and they do some insane stuff. Just Google like Deathloop speedrun, and you can probably find some glitchy stuff. But there's also just some people that are styling sort of on the NPCs when they play this. Blade is also just a really, really cool character. I don't know a ton about the comic book lore with him, but I do know about the Wesley Snipes movies, and even the first Blade movie was really, really fun. It had that style, it had that cool factor to it, right? I'm really excited to see what Arcane Leon does with it, and I'm curious how they make it their own, right? That's the question. The weird thing is the non-confirmation of a platform. So is it coming to PlayStation? Is it coming to Nintendo? Why would you obscure that fact? Anytime there's any sort of obfuscation, if that's the right way to say it, of that sort of thing, my radar starts going off and I'm like, that's weird. Why wouldn't you just come out and celebrate it? Arcane Leon have just begun development on the game, which will feature an original story with the studio's signature immersive gameplay and world-class narrative. As a kid of mixed origins, I felt a special connection to Blade, a hero with a dual heritage himself, said Dinga Bakaba, game director, Arcane Leon. The opportunity to put our spin on this character is a dream of mine and a challenge that our team embraces with a passion. We couldn't be happier to put players in Blade's boots as he becomes the champion of my hometown of Paris, one stake at a time. Marvel's Blade game will take players to a quarantine section of Paris. In the middle of a supernatural emergency, vampires have emerged, terrorizing the City of Lights and forcing Parisians to shelter inside. Oh, Parisians? I actually don't know how to say that. People who live in Paris. People who live on Paris. Anyway, to shelter inside their homes at night to wait for sunrise. From his trench coat to his iconic sunglasses, Blade is a slick, stylish, and driven character, said Sebastian Mitten, co-creative and art director, Arcane Leon. This project is the perfect opportunity to push Arcane's art style into an even more modern and bold territory. The essence of our work lives at the junction of impactful ideas and innovative know-how. Where is anything Xbox in this press release? They don't say Xbox. They don't even mention any platforms. It's weird. Marvel's Blade is one of the biggest things on Twitter right now. Everybody is talking about this. Everybody is hyped about this. And it's a little strange that they didn't celebrate it a little more. We're going to talk about OD here just a second. Want to give a shout out to some of the games that won. Forza Motorsport won in 2 categories. It won Innovation and Accessibility, Best Sports Racing Game. Hell yes, absolutely deserved. Out of all the games in those 2 categories, Forza Motorsport made it so literally blind people can play a racing game. It deserved that award. It's incredible, and kudos to the team for also taking Best Racing Game of the Year. Also well deserved. Next entry, Hi-Fi Rush, Best Audio Design. It was the winner. I was a little confused about this one initially, but one of my colleagues at IGN pointed out that the entire game is designed around your timing to the music and having that aspect of it brought to light made it make a little bit more sense. But the game is great, obviously deserves lots of praise, and I was glad to see it take home an award. And of course, Sea of Stars, this was one that I was really excited about, so I wanted to give it a mention. It came to Xbox Game Pass day one. It was multi-platform, but it won Best Independent Game. Glad to see it took it, as opposed to the joke was that Dave the Diver, it's not really an independent game, but still glad to see that Sea of Stars took it. Well deserved. And just a quick mention for all the awards Baldur's Gate 3 won. It won Game of the Year. It won Best Community Support. It won Best Role Playing, Best Multiplayer, Player's Voice, and Best Performance. Neil Newbon as Astarion. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Now, last but not least, the Kojima game. It's been shown, and yes, it is a video game. If you actually looked at the trailer, it says a Hideo Kojima game, so it is a game. There's been some strange debates about this. I'll just let the animations play, because like Peel came out and they talked about a little bit about it. But what's really impressive is we're entering this territory with video game design right now, where the lifelike aspect of these characters, it's not Uncanny Valley. We skipped right past the Uncanny Valley and went straight to just like, yeah, this is real. This is just a real person that's talking to you. And maybe you can find the stuff that makes it like you can kind of tell that it's not real. But man, this is really, really impressive technology. We got to see it with what they're developing at Ninja Theory with Hellblade 2, and now we get to see Hideo Kojima just coming in and basically styling on the competition. Look at how good my game looks. Look at the expression that you can see even in this character's eyes. It's everything. It's all the little aspects put together to make a convincing story of emotion. Hideo Kojima is just... I'm very excited to see what he does with it. Let's read through the press release now, because it's another one where it's like 2 paragraphs, but at least we do get the Xbox logo, I believe, at the end of this one. Yeah. So just for my due diligence here, yeah, there's the Xbox logo at the end of it. Really weird that there wasn't an Xbox logo at the other one. But anyway, here we go. Los Angeles, California, Kojima Productions and Xbox Game Studios officially announced OD at the Game Awards. World-renowned game creator Hideo Kojima has partnered with Academy Award winning filmmaker Jordan Peele, the acclaimed film director of Get Out, Us, and Nope, who will be one of several talented storytellers involved with the project. We are working with Xbox Game Studios and their cloud gaming technology to take on the challenge of creating a very unique, immersive, and totally new style of game. That part's really interesting, right? It's interesting that it's a new style. It's Kojima, so who knows what it's going to be like. Or rather, a new form of media, says Hideo Kojima, game creator and founder of Kojima Productions. A Hideo Kojima game, OD explores the concept of testing your fear threshold and what it means to OD on fear while blurring the boundaries of gaming and film. The new teaser for OD reveals Sophia Lillis, Dungeons & Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves, Hunter Schafer, Euphoria, and Udo Kier, Flesh for Frankenstein, who will play the lead roles in the upcoming project. Not much else is known about what's being developed here, but I, for one, am excited. Look, no matter what you think about the Game Awards, it was a great celebration of all these games coming. On the PlayStation side, we got a surprise drop of God of War coming next week. We also got an expansion, or DLC, I should say, for Final Fantasy 16, which is great. Final Fantasy 16 got totally snubbed. I believe... No, I think it won Best Music. So it won a category. Spider-Man definitely got snubbed, unfortunately. But long story short, it's great to see that we have PlayStation stuff coming. I am still curious. You know, we were critical of Xbox last year for not having a lot showing. This year, I'm like, PlayStation, yeah, you had the roguelites and you had the Final Fantasy DLC, but they need to come out with a slate of products and let the PlayStation audience know what they're looking forward to, and in 2024, because right now, what is it? It's the Last of Us remake, Last of Us 2 remake, and the roguelite. And then we have the Final Fantasy 16 DLC. So it's a little strange, and it's that cyclical thing that I always talk about, where it feels like it's Xbox's turn to shine, and maybe next year PlayStation will be stealing the limelight. Anyway, that is my take on the whole thing. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I think it was a wonderful show for Xbox and Xbox fans. Some truly impressive stuff and some truly exciting stuff, like the Blade reveal right around the corner. Can't wait to see more about that. If you want to become a member on my channel, though, while I have you, click that join button. I try and post these videos without ads. It's what I'm able to do right now, given the limited amount of time I have. So click that join button. Really, you're just supporting the channel. So I do appreciate all of the members. List has been updated recently. Thank you so much. Go check out my last video where I actually did a little bit of a montage showing off all the things that you can expect in 2024 from Xbox, including several first-party games and a lot of third-party that I'm stoked about. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.